When looking for the woman of your dreams, there are two important things to take in consideration. How crazy she is, and how sexy she is. There must be a balance, and goddamn it, this woman might be a 10, but her craziness? Completely off the charts. Too bad I can't read graphs. And those beautiful eyes of hers just took one of my arms from the keyboard. This godly figure shows up in this manga named Yardnact of the Dark Moon. Inside the metro, somebody is pushing around trying to get out at this station, but nobody seems to pay him any attention. Thankfully, he managed to slip through the closing doors at the last moment. This all-sweaty guy is our protagonist, who seems to be running out of luck today. He is going for an interview, and seeing how things are going, he is not going to make it on time. To make it even better, there's a huge head laying in front of the stairs, with plenty of signs inside him. But things should be fine as long as the boy is not looking into the eyes. Trying to go through without looking, he fails. The creature already realized it has been spotted, and now tries to devour him. Too bad, our boy took only 10 during his physical education class. That sweat going down his ass cheek really allowed him to move with flexibility and slip the head in two. Why is everything going so bad today? Looking at the clock, he realizes there are only 7 minutes left and starts running like crazy, faster than a gamer, trying to finish the game while needing to visit the restroom. His name is Shinogi Inamata. He's a dropout who searches for a job. He used to be the star of the basketball team at the top high school of Japan, and his dead parents were the heads of the Inumata corporate group. And now, regarding the huge head we saw earlier, despite not being sure what they are, he believes they are ghosts. They even eat people, and if you look them in the eyes, they can possess you, then devour and erase you from this world. But you know, if the ghost would look like this, I wouldn't mind having her devour my penis. However, sometimes it is impossible to see them, and that explains why I can't find a girlfriend. But compared to me, this guy knows how to use his hand. That's the way he deals with the ghosts. For some reason, he started having a power into that hand of his since he started seeing the creatures. And no, it is not just a power that activates at midnight under the blankets. Now, arriving at the interview place, once he entered inside, the people in front of him mention he is 1 minute late. With a bored expression, one of the men mentions they still have a job to do, they should get started. But in the end, it was just a waste of time. It is already dark outside, and walking on Japan's streets, our boy is devastated. He just wants to disappear and blames himself for how everything went. Moments later, his eyes catch something. Something you, me, and Denji all love. As he keeps on going, Inumata believes life used to be fun a few years ago, but at some point none of it brought him any joy. He had everything, from talent to money to education. That feeling is stuck within him, all the way to now being an unemployed scum. Believing there is nothing else for him to do in this world, he wonders why did God make humans so twisted. Moments later, he spotted a tall woman with long, straight, dark hair. Just observing her from the side, that presence seemed to be otherworldly, as if she did not belong to this world. A moment later, she turns her head, and those eyes of hers said everything. Our boy Inumata started running like crazy once again today. She is a ghost, and he looked straight into her eyes. The eyes are always the problem. Once you make contact, they chase you down until you are dead. Stopping, out of breath, he finally starts thinking if she's trying to kill him, he could at least try to kill her first. Next moment, as the woman followed him on a valley, the boy comes out from behind. She had realized it and tries to block his attack with her hand, but it's too late. Inumata managed to rip one of her hands. Followed by that, he took her head down, making me wonder, is he really going to use that head of hers on his head? The answer is no. He started running once again, believing this time it was really close. He knew she would notice, but did not expect her to react. He got really lucky for once. Finally, arriving home after such a long day, our boy wonders what the hell was with that woman. He never seen somebody like her in his whole life. But then, as he is about to open the door, a feeling as if he is being watched makes his body shake. Ignoring it since it is already over, he decides to enter the house and go straight to sleep. Waking up the following day, a sound can be heard from the kitchen. And once he goes to check, Our boy is surprised to see this beautiful specimen cooking his breakfast. Realizing that is the same person he disassembled last night, his legs are giving up, and he hides quickly behind the wall. But she realized Inumata is awake and goes near him. He quickly jumps away as a frog during mating season, but stuck in a jar. This is going to be the end, for sure. However, the woman just goes back in the kitchen. She mentions the breakfast is almost done, but blessed rivers of heavens. I believe the breakfast is already done. She must be tired carrying those milk jugs around, and my mouth starts moving on its own, making my vocal cords shout mama. The woman mentions he must be patient and calls Inumata her soulmate. Apparently, she just threw something together with what he had in the fridge, and now keeps on folding his clothes. Despite being excited having this great presence in his room, our boy seems to be sweating like a horse, and the woman realizes he is stressed. Wondering what this is about, our boy questions her. How did she survive? Apparently, she died last night, but came back to life. She's the kind of thing that regenerates and comes back to life if she dies. That's the way her body works. Hearing that, Inumata believes this is not fair, but the woman continues by saying she does not know how he had done that, but he managed to cut off not only her head, but her heart as well. That is why it took over half a day to regenerate, and she used almost all her power. Furthermore, she would need an entire month to get back to full strength. Despite Inumata's apology, the woman mentions he should not do that, but on the contrary, he should be proud of the power inside him. The boy starts blushing and wonders if he could put some of his power inside of her as well. And yeah, to tell you the truth, the boy who thought that is actually me. This guy instead slaps himself in the head, blaming himself for being happy a ghost complimented him. Now, as he keeps on eating, Inumata wonders why did she cook for him? Doesn't she hate him at all? Didn't she come here to take revenge? Finally, taking a bite of that food, he mentions it is delicious, making the woman show off a smile while her cheeks are turning red. But this was something she made from the leftovers. There is no more food. But next time she would make lots of it for her soulmate. Hearing the woman keeps on calling him her soulmate, Inumata questions what she means by that last part. And it turns out this woman's kink is a little bit different. The boy killed her. That is why she decided to make him her life partner. He may be able to destroy her kitty as well. Still, this is shocking. How did she come to that conclusion? Hearing him, the woman wonders if he is not able to process it. But Inumata realizes she is talking about marriage. Yet, it is still weird. She should be offended for being killed. Finally, she decides to explain. And to sum it up, Inumata is the only human who ever killed her, and she got curious about him. After all, not even her kind was able to do that. With that being said, she fell in love with his strength. And gosh, what's with those long-ass fingers? If those are our boy's competition, he could just live his life as a herbivore. She wants to keep him for her own as her husband. That's it. She believes he is strong and desires to have him as her husband. Yet, from Inumata's perspective, he is just a weakling. She must be overestimating him. But the boy won't try to push it anymore. He is a man of culture, and since his eyes are working just fine, unearthly creature or whatever, she's extremely hot. Even better, those blessed melons brought from who might know how many universes away, just for him. Who would he be to refuse that? His mind starts filling with dirty thoughts, wondering what sounds this ghost can make. But he decides to take things slow. He should not be controlled by his lower head. Then he questioned what is he supposed to do as her husband. Inumata has seen a lot of man-eating monsters, and he is happy about what she said, but she is one of those special beings as well. He does not know if a weak human like himself, who's not a monster at all, could really satisfy her. In a blink of an eye, his face is split in two. But then, checking it, it was an illusion. Turns out the woman got angry. Her presence changes, and she demands Inumata to kneel before her. Even couples have to show respect. She won't forgive anyone who compares her to those cheap tools. Not even him. He should not even try looking at her right now. While our boy is sweating his life away, the woman mentions she gets it now. He really doesn't know anything. She is finally going to explain it. The creatures he is calling monsters are a divine extermination device created by the Highlands. In other words, beings far beneath her. and comparing them to her is an insult. But that is something they will discuss later. For now, they have another matter. And no, for a second my hands moved away from the keyboard. This woman just decided to show her human-like body that has everything a human body has. Every corner of her body was perfectly replicated. And now, since Inumata knows more about her, they can go further. By becoming her life partner, he is only asked to do one thing. He must become the savior of mankind. At the dawn of time, the world was a garden filled with beautiful creatures, but God got bored of that and decided to create something new in his own image. With that, conscious life was born. Yet, he knew his new creation would eventually destroy each other, but humans turn out to be more resilient than he thought. That is when the Highlands were born, to erase the existence that strayed from his plan. She is one of the 7 apostles. The others are Bridget, the unyielding, the third lady of hell seals, Noah of blissful calamity, Azaka the great saint, Professor Netless, and suicidal Animo. They are the enemies. Even now, those are slaughtering humans. Inumata and her have the power to survive. With that being said, the 2 of them are going to wipe all of them out. She wants Inumata to help in saving the world. But before she gives him the answer, an explosion comes from the ground. At first, seeing there is a weird ball in the middle of the room, Inumata does not understand what that is, but it is explained to him. It is a puppet. Followed by that, a greater explosion manifests, and it is shown a divine mechanism, Class B of superior formula. It destroyed the boy's house, but the woman does not seem to show any emotion. Yet, Inumata asks her to defeat it, but she refuses. Even when attacking with extreme force, the woman just stops it using only one hand. She wants to hear his answer first. Will he fight or will he surrender? He should rejoice. He was chosen to be the partner of a one-of-a-kind being like herself. And with that, the honor of saving the world. But Inumata seems to be a bit slow. Despite having the woman in front of him holding a huge pipe, he tells her to wait a second. He is a total idiot and has no freaking clue what she is talking about. He always could do things others couldn't, but he also worked harder than anyone else. None of that ever made sense to him. That's the shitty life he lived. And now she wants him to become the humanity's hero? He's not cut for that. The only thing he understood so far is that she is really sexy without that clothing material on. She should not bother with a trash like him. He just wants to disappear right here. He does not want to cause any more trouble. Hearing what our boy just said, the woman whispers, "I open the door," and in the next moment, rips all the creature's membranes. Followed by that, she goes to our deprimated Inumata and gives him a kiss. She tells him to open his eyes and stop putting his silly values over the world. Humans don't get to have that kind of right. He should obey and love her, because she is his god now. And if he really hates this world so much, he should turn it upside down. Hearing her words, something rises inside him, and it is not just his blood vessels going south. He decided to do it. He's going to fight, and rip the creature who is coming towards them in two. Starting to laugh, the woman mentions it took him long enough, but that is fine. She is going to introduce herself once again. She is the ruler of the created and uncreated, one of the most powerful apostles of God and sovereigns of the starless night. From today on, she is Inumata's wife. Her name is Yardnak Finsternis, the one who will open the only door to her heart only for Inumata and him alone. With that, it is his time to make his vow and swear he won't die and leave her behind. Yet this guy could not read the room. Instead of grabbing his wife and kissing those big, beautiful lips of hers, he mentions he has no job and is practically homeless. But she stops him. Next time something stupid comes out of his mouth, she's going to end him. And God, how much would I like to have her end me? Inside the destroyed building, Inumata wonders what's the deal with the giant creature and finds out it was a giant puppet the others sent when realizing Finsternis got weakened. It was the only thing they could find to confirm she really got weaker. The reason for that is because Inumata killed her. Nobody has ever left her this weak before. Realizing everything is his fault, the boy wonders how much this would cost him. Would the landlord be satisfied if Inumata gives his body as compensation? Despite the boy seeming to have a shitty mood, Finsternus mentions, at first she was dismembered by his own hands, then she fought his enemies for him. She got tired. Therefore, he should rub her shoulders. Talking about good timing. But let's be honest, I can be in the middle of hell. If this woman asked me to touch her soft skin with my ominous hands, I would goddamn do it. Even Inumita's consciousness is telling him he must do it and give his all. He must pour his whole heart into this massage. Moments later, she stops him. That was enough. She seems to be satisfied with it for now, and since she mentions he would have to do it again, I guess his sloppy moves did not bother the woman. She does not mind some sweat. Now, is Finsternus's turn. She realized the boy is worried about this place. And now, even though he killed her, he is still human. Even if he's her husband, that doesn't mean he can just leave humanity behind just like that. Therefore, she's going to use a little of her power. They start getting surrounded by a black mist, and the woman decides to give the landlord a very generous gift, apparently from the newlyweds. Turns out, that building that was on the verge of collapsing before the fight turned into a grandiose apartment building. That woman became a billionaire overnight. But even more, Inumata together with his wife are flying in the sky. That is just the woman jumping with extreme force from one place to another. However, if she keeps jumping like that, he's going to die. After all, he is weaker than herself. Since her husband asked her something, she must respond in some way, and decides to take our boy like a princess in her arms. And believe me, this was the best decision. She even tells him to put his hands around her neck and hold on tight. She does not want him to fall. And oh God, our boy grabbed so hard her melons almost popped out. The softness, he felt there was a feeling he never felt before. It's otherworldly. It's like jumping head-on into the clouds, the sun smiling at you, and rainbows showing you the direction. As they keep moving around, and the boy enjoys his sitting, Finsternus mentions that what she had done earlier to build that house was one of her abilities, the Twilight Gates. She can open these doors to her world where anything she perceives as existing will exist, and anything she considers non-existent will not exist. She obviously has more abilities, but it would be better to show them in battle than explain them. And first things first, she's going to wipe everything out. Hearing her say all this, Inumata is shocked, but still, that fluffy pillow is everything he needs. There is no need for a brainless guy like him to think about that. But they arrived. A freaking huge building that is considered Finsternus's home. This fancy building is all her. Inumata can get comfortable. But as soon as she mentions that, she sends him to the restroom to wash his hands. Turns out this woman does not like having germs around her. While inside the bathroom, the boy ponders over how he figured she might be living in some mansion, but this is on another level. Even his family house was big, but not close to this. But then, something important attracts his attention. This bathroom window is clear glass. And then, his imagination plays Street Fighter, just thinking about the moments he can spend in this bathroom. Moving on, why did she bring him here? He does not have a place to live anymore, and finds himself wondering what he should do now. Right then, Finsternus comes from behind and wonders what he thinks about her house. And shortly after the boy mentions he really likes the bathroom, the woman lets him know he can use it whenever he desires since it's his as well from now on. After another moment of confusion, Inumata realizes the reason for that. He had become the woman's soulmate, and then wonders if he is going to live here. And gosh, his dreams might really become reality. That Street Fighter game he was thinking about might really manifest. But for some reason, this plain, slow, dull protagonist mentions he can't do that. It is not a good idea, prompting the woman to show her anger, questioning why not. The reason is her. Living together would make his jeans rip in the crotches until he runs out of clothing. After all, he's just a V-card holder. And since he decided to fight for the planet, his desires have gotten worse. He wouldn't feel right living with her while like that. Followed by that, the woman calls him closer and makes me wonder, is he really stupid, or did he actually have a plan? Because this woman embraced him, placing Inumata's head on her soft heart. Followed by that she apologizes for not explaining everything properly. Saving humanity isn't really her priority. And then, for some reason, she also mentions being a hardcore V-card holder. A long time ago, she had an ideal higher than the sky itself, and for that, she chased it, ignoring everything she thought unnecessary. She had no friends, no companions, no family, or the warmth of another person. But then why did she choose to become Inumida's wife? A memory comes into the woman's mind, and she mentions the reason is that recently she started to see people differently, and she developed a desire to get to know them better, so that when a moment like this came to pass, she could accept a human's desires. With all that being said, she's going to let him obey her, get close to her, and rip his pants because of her. Even so, Inumada does not get it. It really does not make sense. Yet, the woman mentions he must not worry about it. Now, thankfully the guy understood it, and the woman does not have to punish him. But please, I've been a naughty boy, so please, punish me instead. From the other side, Inumada mentions he might get to understand Finsternus, and that makes him happy. Those words make the woman believe he might be cuter than he looks. Then, as every woman from my life, she tells him not to think too much. His brain is ruining everything. He must stop thinking about what he can or can't do. He must just do it. Next moment, our boy's eyes are locked onto their target, and this hungry lady is about to test him. His brain is so rooted from watching all those anime girl TikToks that his knees are giving up when he is about to jump into paradise. He wants to start with a kiss. Disappointed, the woman shows her disgusted expression, and for the next hours, she hadn't spoken with our guy. Meanwhile, in the highlands, something was unfolding. This crazy-looking chimpanzee, named Noah Winifred, the emissary of blissful calamity, is laughing for no reason, believing she's one of the Faberge. However, something slaps her head. This woman named Bridget Shirts, the emissary of the Unbreakable, was at fault for that. She got annoyed by the woman singing human songs. At first, Noah pretends to be obedient and moves closer, mentioning she's been missing Bridget, but that's a big lie. The woman's whining means nothing to Noah. She can't understand a thing she is saying. With that, the two are about to start having a fight, but a third person intervenes, stopping the two. Jesus, the great Saint Azaka Harmony, is the one who intervened. She mentions they should not be hurting each other. But with all honesty, I would very much love to get hurt by her. What the two understood from what his lady just said is that she would like to receive something as well, so they gift her plenty of love. She should learn not to interrupt other people. Once they let go of her, the saint praises God, wondering when her love is going to be returned. But then, a flying head appears, surprising everybody. This headless woman is just another apostle who joined their 1,396th delegate meeting. Her name is Animo Lips. But as they're about to start the meeting, my eyes are stuck on something. Looking at her, I can't stop thinking. If you don't know, this is a pelvis. And when I look at this woman, this is how I visualize my pelvis. God, it's not even summer anymore, and my thirst for melons is exorbitant. Moving on, after some chit-chatting, it is time to begin. First things first, Yar died. This news astonished everybody. The one once called the defector from God received her divine punishment. Despite nobody believing it, it has been confirmed. She had used half her power to regenerate. While some are angered that they could not be the first ones to do so, others believe there is no way she really got killed. Only their creator could do such a thing. Furthermore, their creator sent a message saying they are allowed to fight as long as it's one-on-one. And obviously, everybody is eager to do it. By picking cards, they choose who will go first. From highest to lowest, this crazy woman seems to have picked the biggest number. Wasting no time, there she goes. While others are angered, the one who picked number one, the same one who would tie you up in her basement and step on you with her heels, wonders. Even weakened, Finsternus should be really overpowered. Does Noah have any chance against her? Maybe, if she is serious, he could have a chance. Moments later, the girl comes down from the skies, ready to smuckle, ready to tuckle. She throws some signs, and everything around her turns to ashes. She has just created a crater, destroying everything in front of her. Noah is ready to take on Finsternus for a game. Another morning, Inumada is being awakened, yet it still feels like a dream. He can see in front of him two hanging psychotic fat deposits speaking to him, calling the boy honey. Finsternus desired to give him a good morning, and now, since he is up, they should go to the living room. It is time for breakfast. Our boy, still in shock, tries to understand if what happened is fine. He's too plain to know, but if Finsternus says so, he goes along with it. There have been so many things happening yesterday, but our cat-like boy managed to sleep after all. However, looking at the clock and realizing it's 9 a.m., his good mood changes quickly. He has a job interview, but the moment he stumbles and his head finds the floor, Inumata remembers he already canceled it. Still, he must be job hunting soon. Right then, Finsternus enters the room, suggesting she forgot to mention something. However, his sudden reaction makes her question what is going on. It turns out this boy believed she might get mad if he didn't look decent, but she does not get mad over stuff like that. The reason she came is to mention that they will go outside today. She desires to know him better. Later, we're taken to a construction site. This abandoned place is where the woman desires to take him. They will have a little picnic right here. Despite never hearing about having a picnic in such a strange place, Inumata goes along and starts looking around. Everything is covered in graffiti. However, as he keeps walking around, Finsternus approaches him from behind, mentioning that it is time to begin. And no, they're not going to begin eating. The woman starts emanating her beautiful, big energy. She tells Inumata they're going to fight. Taken aback, the boy does not understand. Is this another punishment for yesterday? But this is not the case. Maybe some girls want to get to know their partner by going through simple dates and taking walks under blossom trees. But for them, seeing his power is the fastest way. Moreover, if he manages to win, she is going to give him a reward. Looking at her, Inumata knows this is just impossible. His instincts are shouting, yet he knows he must do it. This woman desires to see his true power. In that case, he has no choice but to do his best. The boy starts walking slowly, as if he is about to shake hands. But right before arriving in front of her, he goes down to tie his shoelaces. No, it was not that. It was surprise attack. Nice try. His fist does not even flinch the girl's hand. She is guarding with it. Finsternus decides to throw a parry attack. One from the left, another from the left, and then with the right, she sends the boy flying into the wall. Just as she thought, he is completely useless. She hasn't even used her power. Standing up from that hit, Inumata suggests it hardly even hurts, but that is because being top class means being able to control your strength. However, this situation has told the woman something. Our boy definitely lacks determination. He was able to kill her last time, but right now, he can't even land a hit. Why does someone who once took her head have such an empty expression? Is he really the kind of guy who shows excitement only when taking a girl down dark alleys? Inumata tries to say he is being serious, and Finsternus agrees, mentioning he had done what he could up until now. But serious intent and true seriousness are different things. To reach the latter, he needs training. Therefore, she is going to do something to bring out his true seriousness. The woman emanates a death aura that enters Inumata's bones, making him make a sudden move. But it's not the kind of move you would expect. It was that kind of move that made the slender woman show her red cheeks. Finsternus mentions he should choose his timing and place more carefully, otherwise he would die pathetically. Furthermore, the woman seems disappointed. Even though she prepared everything carefully, he always reacts in such weird ways. Hearing that, the boy feels the need to say it is impossible. How could he kill his wife? This stings the woman's chest, where she might have a heart. And the expression she made makes me believe our boy would clap something more than hands tonight. She decides he might be the kind of person that reacts only when it counts. Maybe they've rushed things a bit, both in love and battle. But that is not the case. Inumata believes that she only overestimates him. Yet he mentions she might be right. Next moment, she continues by saying the love part was just a whim of hers. But for the battle, she got a reason, showing through the phone a mountain that split in two. The reason for that is because those beautiful beings found where Finsternus is. Looking straight for Yarg, the woman mentions it has been a long time since they haven't seen each other. First thing first, before they start having the conversation, Noah offers her gum. The only thing about it, that gum is chewed on. Squish my nipple and slap me in the face because I would take that gum and chew it like a hungry dog thrown in the streets in the middle of winter. Not only she has a cheeky personality, but look at those beautiful, long, shining ponytails. After hearing a brief explanation on who Noah is, Inumata seems to be nervous. His heart screams. Might it be he wants that gum as well? Glancing at her use that tongue in tempting ways, he remarks she is just like Yarg, a top-class monster, not wanting to waste any time. Despite having her show up earlier than expected, it is going to be a real battle. If Inumata won't do well, she's going to die. While the two women chit-chat and inspect each other's bodies, Noah observes something. Yarg really has gotten weaker. This is really pathetic. That ruthless, cold, and arrogant woman has turned into a little puny bug. But what is with that? Behind her, there is a human. Is she trying to protect him? Hearing her words of confirmation surprises Noah, realizing Finsternis is still on that human salvation campaign. Moreover, Noah mentions that since she came all the way here, she gave a few humans a little blessing of natural disaster. She split the ground open and all the humans started gathering like ants, recording the aftermath. What is more impressive, their eyes were all glowing. She believes those idiot humans love watching others die. Yet, Finsternis is still fighting for those fools. Unable to stop laughing, the woman starts throwing punches so hard, the ground starts shaking. Can you imagine your body shaking the same way when she changes targets? All those kicks and punches made her resemble a sweaty princess. But this was just a warm-up. Finsternis did not even flinch. For centuries, she had acted like she was above Noah. Therefore, she won't be forgiven until crushed 1,000 times. Finally, Finsternis says something, and with a smug on her face, she mentions Noah's still got a vulgar voice. Yet I don't understand what is the issue. I wouldn't mind hearing her vulgar voice whispering in my ear, calling me a scumbag. However, she keeps on underestimating others, and that would eventually bring her down. Seconds later, she watches down her waist and realizes one of her legs is missing. Not understanding what just happened, the woman starts screaming. Her lovely face turns into one of a demon. Turns out Inumata cut her leg off and apologizes for it. Looking at him, the woman dashes towards Inumata, ready to finish him, but Finsternis takes him away. She is the only one to finish our boy. Still angered, Noah wonders who this guy is. There's no way a human could do this to her. Then, mockingly, Finsternis mentions this person is the one who killed her. This makes the situation even weirder for Noah. Finsternis is a goddess. How could that be? And the moment she hears not only did she get killed by the boy, but now he is her partner. That gum Noah was chewing on just fell down her mouth. And me? I start wondering, what is wrong with me? Finsternis mentioned it is true. Trying to save humanity is out of fashion. But after meeting this person, she decided something. He is going to defeat all of them and make everyone become his servants. Those words are music to Noah's ears. This is too fun. Even after losing her power, Yarg is still herself. But what is she going to do now, since the human of hers has no power unless he touches something? Then, up in the sky she goes, preparing something with those huge hands of hers, shouting some nonsense, and a divine weapon is being summoned, taking energy from the sun. A huge energy ball is coming towards him now, making Inumata freak out, realizing this is really bad. And the words Yarg said earlier, that she's going to die if he is not doing well, echo in his mind. But then, Finsternis gave him a kiss on the cheek. He had done well. From here on, she's going to take care of it. And with a snap of fingers, that ball disappeared. Everybody is shocked seeing that. But everything worked as normal. Even if Finsternis' body is weakened, the hierarchy of attributes doesn't change. And now, since Noah gave her a train earlier, the woman should return the favor. She summoned a train that bumped into the woman, sending her flying up in the sky. And once she started falling down, Inumata was there to catch her. With that being said, it is their win. Later, inside the apartment, having Noah down on the ground, Inumata wonders what should they do with her. But that has already been decided. That woman is to become his servant. And next moment, when the woman woke up, seemingly annoyed, she immediately takes out her tongue, moving it like a psycho and shouting towards Inumata. But next second she lays back, as if nothing happened. She wanted to freak him out? But what is more important, the woman knows that from now on she is Inumata's servant. Yet, there is no way that will be happening. She won't do it at all, reminding the girl what she had said earlier about them trying to defeat her. She tries to deny it, mentioning she only meant being defeated, not about being that guy's servant. However, either way, Finsternis doesn't intend to ask for her opinion. They will do it the hard way. If Noah is not going to obey, Finsternis would make her. But then the boy jumps in between. Before anything else, shouldn't Noah apologize to Finsternis? The woman looked down on Yarg, and making fun of someone who's trying to do something seriously is something our boy hates. Hearing that, Noah wants to hear more, like she gathers energy from someone who got the third-grade syndrome. From there, Inumata keeps on going, with the scope of making the girl apologize. After all that yapping, she mentions he is a weird guy with an honest heart. She had lived for over 100 years, and it's the first time she had seen someone so sincere. An honest human. She finds him so adorable. Never had she thought there would be an era where people like him are born. After all, humans are not hopeless. Next moment, Noah stands up and suggests she had changed her answer. Then, her lips make contact with Inumata's. With this, her contract with the gods is nullified. She's going to fall and become his servant. The meaning behind all that is, once a god makes contact with someone they were supposed to kill, the contract breaks and the mark disappears. Moreover, they are expelled from the heavens. With that, you will also lose power, but gain freedom from those bindings. Noah did that because she doesn't care. The world she had seen is garbage. She had seen a world where the young at heart die, and the surviving adults have to fake maturity to live in a world not worth living in. You have no choice but to turn lies into truth to give it meaning. That is why his innocence interests her. After all, she is the chaotic pleasure. She had lived laughing at all happiness and all misery, including her own. But then, it comes to Inumata's realization. He had just kissed another person in front of his partner, but the reaction she had shown froze the boy. Finsternis mentioned it is fine. In fact, he should learn to do it better. Once again, Inumata realized these people are different from anyone he had met. They seem to value things more important than the rules of the world. Therefore, if it's fine for them, it should be fine for him as well.